Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is Toxic Trident here, back again with another mobile video, and in today's video we're going to go over tips and tricks on how to win every 1v1 in Call of Duty Mobile. Now, I've done a video like this for the 1v1 dual game mode, but this is going to be specifically for sniper-only 1v1s. Now, I have some pretty advanced tips in here that you probably haven't seen before, so I would suggest watching the entire video so you know exactly how to combine these tips in order to win every 1v1. But that's enough talking. Now let's hop right into the video. Really quickly, for those who don't know how to start a 1v1, go to the top right of your screen and click the 3 horizontal bars, click private, and you'll be able to invite friends or people off global to 1v1 you. Now, to join a room, just click on the magnifying glass inside the house icon, and you'll be able to type in any room code that is sent to you. The first tip I have for you is map and mode selection. Specifically, you should be choosing free-for-all on Nuketown. And this is because there's a really unique trick that you can do with this combo that I will explain in the next tip. The only real downside of this is you have to be the room leader, so make sure you're the one in charge. The second tip I have for you is literal spawn trapping through the wall as soon as they spawn up. So this is easier to do in free-for-all because you're going to have to memorize less spawns, but this is what it looks like through the enemy's perspective. So as you can see, it's really unfair. I've gotten called a hacker so many times by doing this, and honestly, if you know the trick, it makes 1v1 so much more fun. In order to do this, you will have to kill them once before, just because the first time they spawn up, they won't spawn in the normal spawn, it'll be a different spawn. After that, you'll have to memorize the spawn, so 99% of the time, they'll spawn in one of these 2 pockets on either side of the map. In this video, however, I'm only going to be explaining the 2 main spawns. Spawn trap number 1 is going to be facing the truck, and it's going to be for the spawn that's behind the yellow house. Now, in order to do this, you have to stand directly in front of the edge of the left white panel of the truck, and you have to be just a few feet behind it, not directly on top of it. And when you scope in, you want to see roughly 1 yellow plank. You don't want to see too little of the planks where it's too narrow, and you don't want to be too wide. You want to be just roughly 1 yellow plank and aim in the bottom mid of the plank. Now, for the second spawn trap, you'll have to be standing directly in front of the left edge of the front tire of the truck, then turn around, and it will be through the garage of the greenhouse. Now, unlike the first spawn trap, your back should be directly touching the truck. For aiming, should be to the right of the first plank of the garage, but to the left of the stone. Again, you don't want it to be too wide or too narrow. And generally, I like to aim just a little bit above the corner of the stone. As far as predicting where they're going to spawn at, generally, if you kill them on one side of the map, they're going to spawn on the other. But just make sure that you don't cross the halfway point of the map too far. Now, if you follow the positioning in this video, there should not be any problem at all. But just know you can stand a little bit in front of the halfway point for the map. For the first spawn trap, this won't be an issue, and they'll still spawn in the back of the yellow house. Now, that was a lot of talking. Now I want to show you a real 1v1 from global chat. The point I'm trying to make here is, even if you follow all the tips in this video and you do it exactly as it is, you won't be able to hit 10 of these shots in a row. Usually you will get 1 to 4 spawn traps in a row, and then you'll have to take gunfights in a regular setting. For this, there's other tips that I'll cover in this video.
Oh, no.
If you're enjoying the video so far, be sure to drop a like. Just lets me know if you want to see more of these tips and tricks videos. But I'll shut up now. Let's get right back into the video. The third tip is going to be loadouts, so you should always use lightweight, toughness, and dead silence. My DLQ-33 gunsmith has the fastest ADS attachments and FMJ to hit those wall bangs, and for a suppressed build, you could take off the extended mag and put on a light suppressor. This is my gunsmith for the Arctic 50. It's good for wall bangs, but the ADS speed is kind of slow. And finally, this is the best gunsmith for the Locust. You won't be able to hit many wall bangs with it unless you put FMJ on. The fourth tip I have for you is knowing where the power positions are and using them effectively. So on this map, there's 2 cars on the left and right sides of the map. These will allow you to head glitch, so that means they're only going to be able to see your head. And in between shots, you can even crouch, so that means they won't be able to see you at all. These power positions will give you a lot of visibility while having a lot of cover as well. 2 other spots that are less obvious to the enemy that give you the same advantages are the fences, so again, just really good head glitch spots. The fifth tip is peeking to get info. So maybe after you fail to hit a spawn trap or after you're in a power position, you can peek. In this example, it's through the bus window, and you can gather that he's going to be coming from this side, and it's just perfect intel to get. This also works on the other side, so you can stand behind the truck and see if they're coming from a garage. And it works on the other side of the truck as well, so I see the footsteps there, and I know he's going to be coming here, just easy snipe. Another tip is you don't have to challenge every single gunfight. So here I peeked twice, I missed both of my shots, and then I rotate to a better position. Now, if you can't use one of the spots in this video, you can always slide peek. So that means while sliding around a corner or an object, you can ADS, which will give you a much faster reaction time than your enemy. Now, you can also swap this out for jumping, which is called jump peeking, but I personally think that slide peeking is much better. The sixth tip I have for you is movement. So the first thing we're covering is the melee swap. So after you miss a shot, you can swap to your melee weapon and sprint around a corner and then maybe slide peek again. And this will make you less of a target to hit in between shots because you're going to have increased sprint speed than you would with a sniper. Now for gunfights up close, you need to be unpredictable. So this will include combinations of sliding, jump shotting, drop shotting. Well, not drop shotting because you can't really drop shot with a sniper, but proning in between shots, proning after you slide, after you jump, just being unpredictable. Usually I like to slide, then shoot, jump twice, then shoot, maybe slide, get prone, slide again, then shoot. Really combinations of these that you have to learn over time. It takes practice. This is probably the hardest step to learn because it takes a lot of practice. And I do recommend watching some other professional snipers like 3 or more, Hanzu, and Miney. I think their sniper movement is much better than mine, but the main takeaway is always be on your feet. You should always be moving when you're sniping, and movement is key to winning 1v1s after you miss your first shot. Now, I thought it would be good to mention reloading, so you should reload with confidence. Either do the same thing as you did earlier with sliding, jumping, being unpredictable, and then finally hitting the shot, or maybe you can switch to your knife, run around, run to a corner, run in a building, hit the reload, and then challenge the gunfight after that. The seventh tip I have for you is using headphones. So dead silence will only be activated when they're walking or crouching. When they're sprinting, you'll be able to hear their footsteps. So if they're rushing to your base after they've killed you and trying to get you right off the spawn, you can easily ambush that. In this example, I waited just a few seconds just because I heard him rushing my spawn after he killed me, and it gave me the advantage to know he's going back in the other direction, able to get him off guard. And this works very well with the combination of peeking, so you'll be able to know where they are most of the time. Now, if none of these tips work for you, it may just be your aim that is lacking, so practicing your aim is very good to do. What I recommend is going to the training room and trying to hit every shot in your sniper mag on the targets, and just increasing with speed over time. So hitting 7 shots in a row with your DLQ, 5 shots in a row with your Arctic, and just increasing speed and quick scoping over and over again. And if you happen to miss a shot, you can either restart and go back from scratch, or you can, what I like to do is incorporating some of that movement in. Just like I said, 1v1s are all about movements after you miss your first shot. So maybe after you miss something, slide and then try and hit another shot and just make it more difficult for yourself, because that's the only way you're going to learn. Alright, you made it to the video. Hope you did enjoy. Now, if you combine all the tips in this video, that includes getting on power positions, knowing when to peek and how to peek, using movement to outskill your opponents, and then maybe hopping into the spawn trap and spawn trapping the heck out of your opponents, you should win a lot more 1v1s, and in the future, every 1v1. So hopefully you did enjoy. Drop a like if you did, subscribe for new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!